Hi students, friends, good morning to all. I welcome all of you in this fluid mechanics lecture, Introduction to Fluid Mechanics. So in previous lecture, we have seen the introduction part. I have introduced myself, then I have introduced about the subject, and also you have introduced yourself. So that was the introduction part we have taken in the previous lecture. Also, we have seen the overall structure of this curriculum as well as this subject, that is how much weightage is there for the theory, then for the practicals. Then we have seen the overall syllabus of the fluid mechanics, introduction to fluid mechanics subject. Then what are the various practicals that we are going to perform, textbooks, references, and then assignment questions. So this part till this we have seen in the previous lecture. So let us move ahead into the actual syllabus or the content of this subject. The first unit, the name of the first unit we have seen in the previous lecture, first lecture, that is the fluid properties, right? So here, the unit number 1, the title we have seen, it is the fluid properties, right? So here in this unit, we are going to learn various fluid properties. So this is the basic fundamental of this particular unit. Okay, this subject. So unless and until you don't know the various fluid properties, okay, it is difficult to understand various concepts of the fluid mechanics, right? So we should know what is fluid, then we should know what are the various fluid properties, physical properties of the fluids, right? And then only we will be able to understand what are the various fundamental concepts or the principles of the fluid mechanics. So let us start. So don't put your roll number randomly in the chat box. Okay. At last, you can, in the last 5 to 10 minutes, you can put your roll numbers in the chat box. Otherwise, I will take your attendance. Because if you go on putting your roll numbers in the chat box, it will create the distractions to me. Okay. So before knowing what is fluid, it is better to understand what are the various states of matter, and then we will know what is the meaning of fluid. Okay. So we know that there are basic main three states of matter you have learned in the physics, that is solid, liquid, and gaseous state. So if we take an example of water, if we freeze the water, it will become solidified and it becomes ice. Okay, so this is an example of solid state of matter. Okay, there are n number of solids exist in the nature. So one of this example is this ice. And when we bring that ice at room temperature, okay, the temperature above the freezing point of the water greater than 0 degree or 4 degree Celsius, then that ice will start to convert into the water, liquid form of water, right? And that is the liquid state of matter. And when we heat that water up to 100 degrees Celsius, at that temperature, the liquid water, it will start to evaporate and it will get converted into the water vapors. Okay, and that is the gaseous state of matter. So water can exist in all these three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gases. Okay, so there are various examples for the solid, liquid, gases in the nature. Solid examples like stones are there, brick is there, then wooden materials are there, all types of metals except mercury. All these are the solids. Okay. Then in liquids we have the water, oils, then milk is there, then various other kinds of examples can be given for the liquid state. And then gaseous state, we have the various types of the gases like hydrogen, helium, lithium, oxygen, nitrogen. So these are the various types of gases which are exist in the nature. So these are the basic three, what you can say, states of the matter. So out of these three states, if we see these two states, liquid and the gaseous state, okay, so they do not possess a definite shape. Okay, like all the solids material, they possess some definite shape. Okay, their shape will not change easily under the external forces. For example, if we place a cube of ice on the surface of table, its shape will not change because of the gravitational force. Okay, but if we put the water on the table, it will start to flow. It will deform easily. It will deform continuously under the action of gravitational force, right? So the characteristics of the liquid and gases, it is different from that of the solids. What is that property? What is the common between liquid and gases? They do not possess a fixed shape. लिक्विड आणि गॅसेस जे आहेत त्यांना एखादा फिक्स असा शेप नाहीये, बट रादर दे टेक द शेप ऑफ द कंटेनर इन विच इट इज केप्ट. ओके, पण ते काय करतात, कुठल्याही कंटेनर, ज्या कंटेनरमध्ये आपण ते लिक्विड आपण ठेवतो त्या कंटेनरचा ते शेप त्या ठिकाणी पकडतात. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, इफ वी put the water in the bottle, it takes the shape of the bottle, right? If we put air inside the balloon, it will take the shape of the balloon, right? So in nature, the liquids and gases, they do not possess their own shape. Okay, but it is not with the solids. Okay, stones, it will have some shape. Wooden material, it will have some shape. Metals, they will have their own shape, and these shapes do not deform under external forces easily. Okay, स्टोन आपण जर असं ठेवला तर बिकॉज ऑफ ग्रॅव्हिटी त्याच्या शेप मध्ये काय बदल होतो का? डज इट चेंजेस? इट विल नॉट चेंज, राईट? एखादा मेटल घेतला आपण, तो मेटल असा आपण ठेवला, त्याच्यावरती आपण वेट ही एखादा आपण त्याच्यावरती वेट ठेवलं मेटलवरती एखाद्या, whether its shape will change easily? It will not change. Okay, so here the basic difference between the, now here these liquids and gases, these two states of matter, they can be collectively called as fluid. Okay, ह्या दोन ज्या states आहेत, state of matters, liquid and gaseous state, these can be considered as a fluid. So we can broadly classify the state of matter in two categories. One is solids and second one as a fluid. Okay, in fluid we can classify the fluid as liquids and gases. Okay, so this classification you should be known henceforth. इथून पुढे आपल्याला हे दोन क्लासिफिकेशन आपल्याला माहित असणं गरजेचं आहे. ठीक आहे. Now what is fluid? So fluid is nothing but the substance which has the capacity to flow. Okay, if we put the liquid on any flat surface, okay, if we put here water, what will happen? It will start to flow suddenly, right? Also similar case with the air. एखाद्या बलून मध्ये जर आपण हवा भरली असेल आणि तो बलून जर आपण ओपन केला, what will happen? This air which is present inside the balloon, because of the higher pressure inside the balloon, this air, it will start to flow. Okay, where there is a low pressure, right? So the basic property of the fluid, so here we can say that there are two properties of the fluids, basic properties. One thing is that the fluid is the substance which has the capacity to flow. Okay, capacity to flow, right? And what is second property? The fluid is the substance which deform continuously under the external forces. Okay, so that is nothing but fluid. So now here on this slide particularly, we have seen two things. One thing is that we saw here what are the various states of matter, and then we saw what is the meaning of fluid, right? And then we have seen the basic two properties of the fluids, right? So am I audible to all? Let me know from your side. Is there any difficulty?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. So this is the description has been given about the states of matter, solids, liquids, and gases. Okay. So actually, here we are not going to go in much details about this classification of the solid, liquid, gases because it is not our point of interest, right? So let us just have overview about this solid, liquid, and gases because we are interested in the fluids. And out of these three states of matter, the two states, liquid and gases, these are we can say these are the fluids, right? So you can see here in the diagram, you can see solids have a definite pattern. Okay, if you see their particles, they have been arranged like a regular arrangement is there. It can be seen in case of solids. But in case of liquids and gases, if you see there the molecules of the liquids and gases, they are that molecules have not been arranged in a proper way. Okay, there is a not proper arrangement. You can say it is haphazardly or randomly it has been arranged there. Another thing is that in case of solids, there is a force of attraction between the different fluid molecules. Okay, neighboring molecules, they will have the force of attraction that will be more in case of the solids. Means one particle, solid particles, it will attract to the neighboring particle. हे एकमेकांना काय करतात या ठिकाणी अट्रॅक्ट करण्याचा प्रयत्न करतात. There is a force of attraction between this, and this force we call this force as a cohesive force. Okay, you might have studied in the physics. There are two forces of attraction. One force is called the cohesive force, and another one is the adhesive force, right? So now here, as these two particles, all these particles are same, made of the same material. So this force of attraction, we call this force as a cohesive force of attraction, right? And because of this force, these particles, they held firmly in their places. Okay, ते त्यांच्या जागेवरती firmly बसले असतात, and they vibrate on their own place. त्या जागेवरतीच त्या ठिकाणी vibrate होतात. But in case of liquids, this force of attraction, that is cohesion, it will become reduced. Okay, या ठिकाणी कमी होतो. जसा सॉलिड मध्ये जो आहे त्याच्यापेक्षा खूप कमी हा फोर्स ऑफ अट्रॅक्शन और कोहेसिव्ह फोर्स हा या ठिकाणी असतो कशामध्ये, इन केस ऑफ लिक्विड्स. आणि त्याच्यापेक्षाही खूप कमी असतो तो कशामध्ये, इन द गॅसेस इट इज व्हेरी लेस. अँड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस molecules they don't they are unable to hold the neighboring particles with each other. Okay, and they are moving randomly in that closed space. जो closed space असतो त्याच्यामध्ये ते randomly ते molecules या ठिकाणी इथून तिकडे दुसरीकडे या ठिकाणी मूव्ह होत असतात. So this is the basic idea or the difference between the states of matter, that is solid, liquid, and gases. Now let us move toward the actual main definition of the fluid. Is the screen visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, just before few minutes, we have seen the definition of fluids, or the, we can say, properties of the fluid. So let us repeat here. So fluid, what is fluid? The substance which has the capacity to flow is called as the fluid, right? What is the fluid? The substance which has the capacity. So any substance which can flow, we can say that substance as a fluid. You can take any example. If you take the water, so water has the capacity to flow under the gravity. If you put the water on the surface, it will start to flow easily. Similarly, if you take any oil, it may be edible oil or it may be mineral oil. If you put that oil on any surface, again it will start to flow. So all types of oil, they can be considered as a fluid. Now then, all types of gases are also they have the capacity to flow, so we can say that gases are also fluid. So fluid is a substance that continually deform or flows under the action of external shearing force, right? So just now we have seen all types of fluids or the liquids or the gases, they continuously deform or flows under the action of external forces or shearing force. Shearing force is nothing but the force which is responsible for the deformation of that particular ऑब्जेक्ट और द मॅटर. ओके, डिफॉर्मेशन म्हणजे काय, त्याच्या शेप मध्ये बदल होणे. सो दॅट इज द डिफॉर्मेशन. अँड द फोर्स विच इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द डिफॉर्मेशन वी कॅन से इट ॲज अ shearing force. And the fluids, they have a very less ability to resist the deformation. Okay, त्यांचे स्वतःमध्ये असं काही शक्ती नसते किंवा we can say they don't have the strength to resist the deformation. Okay, डिफॉर्मेशन रेजिस्ट करण्याची त्यांच्यामध्ये ताकद नसते. आपण बलून मध्ये जर पाणी भरलेलं असेल तर आपण बलून जर दाबला तर तो इझिली त्या ठिकाणी डिफॉर्म होतो. इट डोंट हॅव इट्स ओन स्ट्रेंथ, ओके, टू रेजिस्ट द डिफॉर्मेशन. जो रेजिस्ट करणारा फोर्स त्याच्यावरती ऍक्ट होतो, त्याला रेजिस्ट करण्यासाठी त्यांच्यामध्ये तेवढी स्ट्रेंथ नसते. बट त्याच्या उलट इफ यू टेक एनी सॉलिड ऑब्जेक्ट, फॉर एक्झाम्पल आय हॅव दिस कॅल्क्युलेटर अँड इफ आय अप्लाय द फोर्स हिअर, are you able to see that is there any deformation? So this calculator, it is a solid object and it is resisting its deformation. जो external force याच्यावरती ऍक्ट होते त्याला तो रेजिस्ट करतोय, and because of this solid object it do not easily get deformed because it has that much strength to resist the deformation, right? The fluid is the substance which takes the shape of the container in which it is kept. Just now we have seen. Now this is the bottle, and in this bottle there is a water. Now I have tilted this water. Now you can see the shape of the water which is present inside the bottle, it is also changed. It means the fluid takes the shape of the container in which it is kept. Now if I put the bottle like this, then it has become now cylindrical, right? Now again it has changed the shape. So as जसा त्या ठिकाणी कंटेनरचा शेप असतो त्या पद्धतीने फ्लुइड हा त्या ठिकाणी शेप त्या ठिकाणी येतो, राईट? फ्लुइड्स मे बी लिक्विड और गॅसेस. फॉर एक्झाम्पल वॉटर, ऑइल, गॅसेस, these are the examples of the fluid. Okay, now till now we have understood what is the meaning of fluid, right? Is there any doubt in this? Everyone understood? Have everyone understood the meaning of the word fluid?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will see what is the meaning of fluid mechanics term. Now here from the title itself, you will get some idea. You might have got some idea about this. Fluid is one word and mechanics is another word. Collectively, when these words come together, they form one single word, fluid mechanics. So fluid, it has its own meaning, and mechanics, it also have its own meaning. Okay, and when they come together they form another meaning, a new meaning of that word. So what is the fluid mechanics? Just now we have seen what is the fluid, right? And what is mechanics? Mechanics is nothing but it is the branch of science which deals with the forces at rest or in motion acting on any substance or any matter, right? So what will be the fluid mechanics? Fluid mechanics is nothing but it is the mechanics of the fluid, right? What is solid mechanics? Solid mechanics is nothing but it is the mechanics of the solids, right? Means in solid mechanics you will be learning there the various types of forces which are acting on that solid substances and their effects you are going to learn in the solid mechanics. Similarly, in case of the fluid mechanics, here you are going to learn the effect of the forces acting on the fluids, and that fluid may be at rest condition or it may be in motion. Okay, yes, it is wrong. So let us read this definition of the fluid mechanics. It is the branch of science which deals with the behavior of the fluids at rest as well as in motion, okay, under the action of various forces. So that word, it has not been written here, under the action of forces. This much is sufficient. It is the branch of science which deals with the behavior of the fluids at rest or in motion. Then comes the fluid static. What is fluid static? Now, this fluid mechanics, it can be broadly classified in different branches, sub branches we can say. The fluid mechanics, it is main title. Under this, we will have different branches of the fluid mechanics like fluid statics, then fluid kinematics, then fluid dynamics, fluid dynamics. So these are the main branches of the fluid mechanics. What are these different branches? So depending upon the state of rest or motion, we have this classification as well as the forces. So what is fluid static? Again, from this word itself, you will get some idea. Static means, what is static?
At rest.
At rest condition, correct. So the fluid static is nothing but it is a branch of fluid mechanics which deals with the study of the fluids which are in rest condition. Okay, so the branch of fluid mechanics which deals with the study of the fluids at rest is called as the fluid static. And what is fluid kinematics? And what is fluid dynamics? See here, in fluid kinematics and in fluid dynamics, in both cases, the fluid will be in motion. याच्यामध्ये पण फ्लुइड हा मोशन मध्ये असतो. And in fluid dynamics also, fluid will be in motion. Then what is the difference between these two? Kinematics and this dynamics. The difference between these two is that it is about the forces. Okay. In case of fluid kinematics, we do not consider the forces which are responsible for the motion of the fluid. Okay, fluid dynamics मध्ये आपण forces consider करत नाही. There are different types of forces which acts on the fluids or which are responsible for any particular phenomenon. So like gravitational force is there, then pressure force is there, then what you can say velocity or kinetic energy is there. Forces or energy, we can say collectively, we can use this word. Okay, कारण energy generate करण्यासाठी आपल्याला force लागतो, right? Velocity or kinetic energy or datum energy, or we can say elevation energy. So these are the, or potential energy. So these are the different types of energies or the forces which participate in the phenomenon, in any particular phenomenon. Okay, or in the motion. When we are studying the fluids in motion, and while studying the fluids in motion, if we do not consider these forces which are participating in this particular phenomenon, there are different types of phenomenons when the fluids are in motion that we are going to learn afterwards. Okay, वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे जे त्या ठिकाणी कन्सेप्ट आहेत when fluid is in motion, right? So when we do not consider these forces or the energies responsible for the motion of the fluid, then we call that as a fluid kinematics. Okay, and when we call what is fluid dynamics? In the fluid dynamics, the fluid will be in motion and we do consider the forces which are taking participation in that particular phenomenon, which are responsible for the motion. Okay, so that forces or the energies are considered in case of fluid dynamics. So this is the basic difference between the fluid kinematics and fluid dynamics. Okay, so during oral examination, such kinds of questions may be asked to you. At that time, you should be in position to tell this answer, the difference between what is fluid static and what is fluid dynamics, then what is fluid kinematics. Okay, so let us read the definition for the fluid kinematics. Fluid kinematics is the branch of fluid mechanics which deals with the study of velocity, acceleration of the particles of the fluid in motion. Okay, काय काय आपण या ठिकाणी स्टडी करतो? We do the study of the velocity, acceleration. Then here again we can add the discharge also. Here we do the study of velocity, acceleration, then discharge or rate of flow. Okay. Then other concept like flow net. Okay. Circulation, vorticity, such kinds of phenomenon we do study. Okay. Here in case of fluid kinematics. This this fluid kinematics is nothing but it is the branch of fluid mechanics which deals with study of velocity, acceleration, and other phenomena like this discharge of the particles of the fluid in motion. See here, the fluid is in motion and their distribution in space without consideration of any force or energy involved. So this word, this phrase, it is very important. Okay. एवढं जर तुम्ही डेफिनेशन वरती हा पार्ट लिहिला तर तुमची डेफिनेशन ही चुकीची असेल. ओके, अनलेस अँड अंटिल जोपर्यंत तुम्ही हा खालचा पार्ट त्याच्यामध्ये ऍड करत नाही तोपर्यंत. ओके, सो दिस फ्रेज ऑफ द वर्ड इट इज ऑल्सो व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. विदाउट कन्सिडरेशन ऑफ एनी फोर्सेस or energy involved. So this is the definition of fluid kinematics. Next comes the fluid dynamics. Now the definition will be similar to this, but here we do consider the various forces or the energies. It is the branch of fluid mechanics which deals with the study of the fluid in motion. See here, this part is again same. Study of the fluid in motion, considering the forces which cause the flow or which cause the motion. Okay, so all these forces which take participation in that particular phenomenon, all these forces will be considered there. Then we call that branch of fluid mechanics as a fluid dynamics. So now here in our syllabus, you might have seen in yesterday's previous lecture, we have the different unit. Like first unit is the fluid static. Then second unit we have fluid kinematics. Then third unit we have fluid dynamics. Okay, so these are the different units. First unit is the fluid properties. So that was the name of the fluid. आता आपला जो चालू unit आहे that is the fluid properties. Okay, that is the first unit. This is the second unit, fluid statics. This is the third unit, fluid kinematics. This is the fourth unit, fluid dynamics. Okay, and again we have two more units, 5 and unit number 5, unit number 6. Okay, but these are also the name of the our units in our syllabus. Okay, everyone understood these definitions? Fluid mechanics, fluid statics, fluid kinematics, fluid dynamic.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there is a question from one of the students, Chaitrali. Is plasma fourth state of matter included in fluid? Yes, the answer to your question is yes. Plasma is also, we can call this as the fluid, but see in our day-to-day life or in general purpose, we do not consider the plasma. Okay, as far as our civil engineering is concerned or mechanical engineering is concerned, we do not come across that state of matter which is called as the plasma. What is plasma? Yesterday in previous lecture I have told plasma is nothing but it is the charged particles. Like these gaseous particles are there, there are charged particles, H positive ion, OH negative ions. Okay, and they do not exist in nature in our surrounding. ओके, आपण ज्या सराउंडिंग मध्ये वावरतो त्याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला हे असे पॉझिटिव्ह निगेटिव्ह चार्ज आयन पार्टिकल्स हे आपल्याला पाहायला भेटत नाहीत किंवा आपण त्याच्या आपला संदर्भ येत नाही याच्याबरोबर. ओके, इन अवर सिव्हिल इंजिनिअरिंग पॉइंट ऑफ व्ह्यू टू कन्सिडर वी डू नॉट कम अक्रॉस दिस प्लाझ्मा स्टेट ऑफ मॅटर. वी कम अक्रॉस वॉटर, लिक्विड्स अँड गॅसेस. इन दॅट ऑल्सो, इन लिक्विड ऑल्सो, सिव्हिल इंजिनिअरिंग इज मोस्टली come across the water. Okay, right? And because of that, if you see the diploma syllabus, there the name of that fluid mechanics subject, it is not the fluid mechanics, it is hydraulics. So this hydraulic, it has come from the word hydro, means water, because in fluid mechanics also, civil engineer, it is mainly he has to deal with the water and not with the gases. Okay, from the mechanical point of view, they may be dealing with the liquids, other liquids like oils, because they have to learn other hydraulic systems like brake system is there, then any other kinds of hydraulic system they have to come across, they have to learn. Okay, they may not be much more concerned about the water. There is electricity failure here in college. So because of that, the net has been disconnected. I have started it on my phone. Okay, so I have to pin myself here so that you can see me. Okay, it has come again. So I was telling you about the fourth state of matter, that there was a question from the one of the student, and we were discussing about this state of matter. So civil engineering is mainly concerned about the state of matter, that state of fluid as a water only, because if you see our whole syllabus of the fluid, civil engineering and various branches of civil engineering, you will come across 3-4 subjects which are mainly focusing on this particular liquid as a water. Okay, so what are that subjects? For example, you have the subject hydrology and irrigation engineering, or in short we call it as a WRE1. In previous syllabus it was called as a WRE1. And there is another subject which is called as the hydraulics. Okay, hydraulic engineering, in which you are going to learn different types of hydraulic structures like dams. Okay, canals, dams. In previous syllabus it was called as the WRE2. Okay, then you are going to learn the water supply engineering. In previous syllabus it was called as the environmental engineering 1. Then you are going to learn the wastewater engineering and air pollution. In earlier syllabus it was called as the environmental engineering 2. So if you look at these 4 subjects, WRE1, here there is a main content of this syllabus or this course is the water. In WRE2 there is a water. In environmental engineering 1, that is water supply engineering, in its name itself there is a water. Wastewater engineering, there is a water. Again, in cement, concrete technology, again, WC ratio, without water you cannot prepare the concrete, there is also water. So in various subject, you have to deal with the water, and because of that, mainly we are concerned with the water, right? We do not concern about the other kinds of liquids like oils or the gases. That may be the concern of the mechanical engineers, okay, but not of the civil engineer. And this plasma state, it is not the concern of the mechanical as well as civil engineer. So because of that, we do not generally consider the plasma state of matter as a fluid. It is a fluid, but here in the study or in general purpose, we do not consider. We can call it as an exception, means because it is not in our daily life or in our surrounding, it is not coming, we are not coming across it, right? But some of the scientists who are working on that particular state of matter, it may be their concern. They may not be concerned about the water or this states of matter. They may be concerned about that plasma state of matter, right? So because of that, here we have not included that state of matter as a part of our year syllabus, right? Are you clear, Chaitrali?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now here we have studied these definitions. First we have seen what is fluid, then we have studied what is fluid mechanics. Then we saw what is fluid static, then what is fluid kinematics and fluid dynamics. Now let us move toward the actual part of this unit, that is properties of the fluid. Rather, we can say it is a physical properties of fluid, because fluid may have different properties. Like water, it has the different properties, like or characteristics, we can say, physical characteristics, chemical characteristics, and biological characteristics, right? Physical characteristics, it may have various physical characteristics or properties, like that we are going to study in this particular fluid mechanics, which are concerned for the mechanics point of view, which are important. That property only we are going to learn here. The chemical properties of the fluids or the water, you are going to learn in the water supply engineering subject. And also biological properties you are going to learn there in the water supply engineering, right? So physical properties, what are the various physical properties that you are going to learn here? Like you are going to learn here what is mass density, then you are going to learn what is the weight density of the fluid, then what is specific gravity of the fluid, then what is the meaning of viscosity of the fluid, then you will learn here what is surface tension, you will learn here capillarity, you will learn vapor pressure, you will learn cavitation. So these are the various physical properties you are going to learn in this particular unit. Okay, and these are the basic properties which are very important from as far as basics of the fluid mechanics is concerned. Okay, ह्या प्रॉपर्टी आपल्या पाठ असणं गरजेचं आहे, माहित असणं गरजेचं आहे. On the tip of tongue, the definition as well as formulas as well as values of the properties for particularly for the water, it should be on your tip of tongue. कधीही विचारलं तरी आपल्याला त्या प्रॉपर्टीज आपल्याला त्या ठिकाणी सांगता आल्या पाहिजे. ठीक आहे, त्याचे व्हॅल्यू आपल्याला सांगता आले पाहिजे. So let us learn these various physical properties of the fluid. First of all, we are going to deal with the property that is called as the density. Okay, in common term the word density is used, but when we are specifically learning here the different properties of the fluid. So here we are going to use the word mass density. Okay, because there is another density which is called as the weight density. Okay, so there should not be a confusion in between that. But whenever we talk about the density, we are talking about the mass density, right? So we are going to learn this first property, mass density. So before knowing this mass density term, we should know what is the meaning of mass. So you might have studied this thing in physics. What is mass? So what is mass? Mass is nothing but mass and weight. You might have studied in the physics. What is mass? Mass is nothing but it is measure of amount of matter in an object. Okay, the network is creating the problem. Okay, if you take any object, that object is made up of the matters. Let me check, am I audible to all? Yes, माझा आवाज येतोय का सगळ्यांना?
Yes.
Is the screen visible?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Sorry for the inconvenience. There is a network issue here. It will get resolved within a minute. Yes. So I was discussing about the first here, the definition of the mass here. So what is mass? Mass is the measure of the amount of matter in an object. Okay. So how much amount of matter is present in that particular object is called as the mass. For example, if we look at this pen, so this pen is made up of some certain matters or the some amount of matters. So how much particles are there? How much amount of matter is there in this particular pen? So that is nothing but it is mass. If this pen is somewhat bigger in size, then we can say it has the more mass. Okay. So there is difference between mass and the weight. Who can say? Who can tell me the difference between mass and the weight? You have studied this thing in the physics, and based upon these two things only, these two properties are based. That is mass density and weight density. What is weight? What is the difference between this mass and weight? Whether this mass,
Weight is the force by which to which the body is attracted towards the earth.
okay, correct. So weight is nothing but it is a force, right? And this weight, generally we denote it by W, capital W, and mathematically it is represented like this: capital W is equal to capital M into small a. This capital M is nothing but this is mass, okay, and this a is nothing but it is acceleration due to gravity. And when we are talking about the weight, this a is converted into z, right? And this W has the formula M into z. This W is nothing but it is force. So according to the Newton's law of motion, F is equal to M into A, that you have learned, right? The force is equal to mass into acceleration, right? So weight is nothing but it is a force. So force, weight is equal to mass into acceleration. That acceleration is nothing but it is acceleration due to gravity, small z, right? So this mass, it remains constant anywhere in the space. आपण कुठेही गेलो तरी मास जो आहे तो सेम राहतो. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, हा जो पेन आहे, या पेन मधले जे काय क्वांटिटी ऑफ मॅटर आहे किंवा अमाउंट ऑफ मॅटर जो आहे, whether it is going to get reduced or it will going to increase when I move from this place to the another place, or it will remain same. If I take this pen on the moon, okay, if we take this pen on the moon, whether the amount of matter present in this pen, whether it is going to reduce or increase, or it will remain same?
Remain same.
It will remain same. It means that mass of the object, it do not changes with respect to space. Okay, but what about the weight? Weight do changes. Weight that can बदलतो, because in this equation, this weight is nothing but it is mass into acceleration. This mass will remain same, but what about this acceleration due to gravity? Whether it will remain same or it changes?
Changes.
Changes. You have studied this in the physics. The acceleration due to gravity, it is not same everywhere. On Earth also, if you consider the acceleration due to gravity, the value of small z at the equator, it is different, and the value of z, small z, at the poles, it is different. Okay. Suppose this is the Earth and this is the equator of the Earth. The value of z is different here. And if you move here at the North Pole or the South Pole, the value of small g is different. Okay. And if you move on the moon, again, their acceleration due to gravity will be different because it has a different gravitational force, right? The value of acceleration due to gravity will be different for the moon also. So because of that, weight of any object, let us say 100 kg here on this Earth. So this much weight, it will not be there on the moon. It will be different. It will be lesser than this value because it has the lesser or smaller gravitational force. Okay, moon has the smaller gravitational force. So this basic difference between these two things, it should be known between the mass and the weight. Okay, mass is nothing but it is the amount of matter present in the object, right? Similarly, now let us understand what is the mass density. Okay, it is quite simple. If you see this formula, if you remember this formula, it is quite easy to remember the definition or to prepare the definition in your own language, in your own words. This mass density, it is generally denoted by letter rho. This is called as the rho. Pronunciation of this word is, you can see here on the slide, it is rho, R-H-O. So the mass density, it is denoted by letter this rho. So this mass density is nothing but it is a ratio of mass of the fluid to the volume of the fluid. Okay, so this is the definition. Mathematically, you can represent this as rho is equal to m upon v. Okay, so let us read the definition. Density or mass density of the fluid is defined as the ratio of the mass of the fluid to its volume. Okay, for example, now if you want to find out what is the mass density of water, or weight density of water, again weight density will be similar to this definition. Simultaneously I am teaching you both definition because they are interrelated or they are same to each other. Weight density, it is denoted by letter gamma or it may be denoted by letter small w. Okay, या दोन्हीपैकी एक सिम्बॉल त्या ठिकाणी नोटेशन वापरला जातो. Depending upon the author, some author use the notation w, small w, some author they use the notation gamma. Okay, gamma लिहिताना काळजी घ्यायची, हा असा त्या ठिकाणी करायचं. ओके, तुम्ही जर हे असं केलं तरी तुम्हाला y वाटेल. ओके, यू विल गेट कन्फ्युज्ड इन द y अँड द गॅमा. ओके, काय करायचं, हा जो आपण वरती जो ही रेष ओढलेली आहे ही थोडी इकडे राईट साइडला हे करायची. देन यू विल नॉट गेट कन्फ्युज्ड इन दॅट. दिस विल बिकम गॅमा. ओके, so weight density is represented by letter gamma or w, and how we can define this weight density? It is nothing but it is the ratio of weight of the fluid to the volume of the fluid. Okay, I can याच्यामध्ये similarity in both definition are similar to each other. In mass density, in numerator there is a mass. In weight density, in numerator there is a weight of the fluid. Denominator same I don't. There is a volume, here is also volume. Right. Now, if you want to find out the weight density or mass density of any object, for example, this is 1 liter bottle. 1 liter ची bottle आहे. Right, and it is completely filled with water. ही जर आपण पूर्णपणे पाण्याने भरली असेल, and if you want to find out what is the weight density of water, आपला पाण्याची weight density जर काढायची असेल, then how we can find out? Just put this water on the weighing balance. जो वजन काटा असतो आपला त्या weighing balance वरती ही बॉटल ठेवायची पूर्णपणे भरून, and note down the weight. ते weight जे आहे ते नोट डाउन करायचं. That weight divided by volume. How much is the volume? 1 liter. 1 liter is the unit of volume. त्याने जर तुम्ही डिवाइड केलं तर तुम्हाला त्या ठिकाणी त्याचं वेट डेन्सिटी भेटून जाईल. आणि जर त्या ठिकाणी मास असेल, मासने जर आपण त्या ठिकाणी वेटला डिवाइड केलं, देन यू विल गेट द मास अपॉन व्हॉल्यूम, देन यू विल गेट द मास डेन्सिटी ऑफ दिस वॉटर. Okay, so first of all here, to avoid the confusion, first we will once again repeat the mass density and then we will move toward the weight density. Right, what is mass density? It is defined as the ratio of the mass of the fluid to its volume. Right, so it is the mass of the fluid to its volume. Thus mass per unit volume of the fluid is called as the density or mass density. It is denoted by letter rho. The unit of mass density in SI system of unit. See here, you might have studied in the physics, there are different system of units. Have you studied this or not? Different systems of unit. I think in applied mechanics also you might have studied this. Yes, I want the answer from your side. You can put your
Yes,
answers
sir.
in the chat box also. Have you studied the system of unit?
Yes, sir.
Speak loudly.
Yes, sir.
Can anyone tell me what are the various systems of unit? Yes, I want answer from your side.
MKS system.
Correct.
CGS.
Yes, I am.
MKS, CGS, SI system.
IAM.
So these are the various systems of units. You have learned this. The session should be interactive. I will ask in between. I will ask the question to you. Such kinds of questions which are answerable from your side. You have to tell the answers. See, हे जे बेसिक आहे ते बेसिक आपलं कायमस्वरूपी आपल्या ध्यानात पाहिजे. इट शुड बी परमनंटली फिट इन अवर माइंड, इन युअर ब्रेन. वी शुड नॉट फॉरगेट सम बेसिक थिंग्स. जर आपण हे बेसिकच जर विसरलं तर मग व्हॉट इज द यूज ऑफ लर्निंग, राईट? हेन्सफोर्थ हिअर आफ्टर ऑल्सो फ्रॉम सिव्हिल इंजिनिअरिंग मध्ये तुम्ही काही जे बेसिक शिकणार आहात, जसे की आता आपण हे बेसिक शिकतोय, या बेसिक गोष्टी आहेत त्या आपल्या हे कायमस्वरूपी ब्रेनमध्ये आपल्या स्टोअर झाल्या पाहिजेत, आपल्या मेमरीमध्ये कायमच्या स्टोअर झाल्या पाहिजेत. You might have learned that in computer we have the two types of memories. One memory is called as the temporary memory and other one is the permanent memory, right? Temporary memory is called as the ROM, RAM, okay, random access memory. जे ज्यावेळेस कम्प्युटर चालू असतो किंवा आपला मोबाईल चालू असतो त्यावेळेस वापरली जाणारी जी मेमरी आहे दॅट इज कॉल्ड दी रॅम, रॅन्डम ऍक्सेस मेमरी. परमनंट मेमरी इज नथिंग बट रॉम. ओके, जसं की आपण एखादा DVD किंवा CD आहे त्याच्यामध्ये आपण स्टोअर करून घेतो. एखादी फाईल आपण ज्यावेळेस राईट करत असतो, वर्ड फाईल एक्झाम्पल फॉर एक्झाम्पल, ज्यावेळेस आपण समथिंग मॅटर आपण त्याच्यामध्ये टाईप करतो, तर टाईप करत असताना जर आपण ती फाईल सेव्ह केलेली नसेल आणि अचानक जर आपला PC बंद झाला, लाईट गेली, तर जेवढा आपण सेव्ह केलेला, आपण जो टाईप केलेला मॅटर आहे तो काय होतं त्या ठिकाणी डिलीट होऊन जातो, राईट? अँड दॅट मेमरी जोपर्यंत चालू आहे तोपर्यंत आपल्याला दिसतं. सो दॅट मेमरी इज द टेम्पररी मेमरी. ओके, जेव्हा आपण ती सेव्ह करतो फाईल एखाद्या आपल्या ड्राईव्ह वरती एखाद्या लोकेशनला आपण सेव्ह करतो, ऍट दॅट टाइम दॅट मेमरी बिकम परमनंट मेमरी, राईट? सिमिलरली आपल्या ब्रेन मध्ये पण ज्या मेमरी असतात, दोन टाईपच्या मेमरी, एक आहे टेम्पररी मेमरी और वी कॅन कॉल इट एज अ शॉर्ट टर्म मेमरी. ओके, तुम्ही हा शब्द ऐकला असेल, शॉर्ट टर्म मेमरी लॉस. ऐकलंय का नाही? कोणत्या मूवीमध्ये ऐकलंय?
गजनी.
राईट. सो दॅट इज वन काइंड ऑफ डिसऑर्डर, शॉर्ट टर्म मेमरी लॉस. ही शॉर्ट टर्म एक मेमरी असते जी आपण काय होतो काही कालावधीनंतर विसरून जातो. ओके, तर ही मेमरी जी आहे ती मेमरीतून आपल्याला बेसिक गोष्टी जे आहेत ते आपल्याला परमनंट मेमरीमध्ये आपल्याला त्या घेऊन जायचे. व्हेन दिस बेसिक्स विल गो इन टू युअर परमनंट मेमरी, व्हेन यू डू द रिपिटेशन ऑफ दिस थिंग्स. ओके, ज्यावेळेस आपण ह्या गोष्टी रिपीटेडली आपल्या कानावरून जातील, क्लासमध्ये रिपीट होईल, तुम्ही परत वाचणार आहात. ओके, घरी सगळ्यात अगोदर अंडरस्टँडिंग महत्वाचं आहे. ओके, हे अंडरस्टँडिंग करून ज्यावेळेस तुमची मेमरीमध्ये त्याचं रिपिटेशन होईल त्यावेळेस त्या गोष्टी आपल्या ब्रेनमध्ये ह्या पक्क्या बसतात. विदाऊट अंडरस्टँडिंग जर तुम्ही परीक्षेमध्ये त्या ठिकाणी आपण काय करतो, कधी कधी अंडरस्टँड न करता पाठ करतो. परीक्षा उद्या आहे म्हटल्यानंतर आपण त्या गोष्टी पाठ करतो आणि परीक्षा देतो, परीक्षेमध्ये पण त्या गोष्टी आपल्याला आठवतात. पण तीच गोष्ट आपण ज्यावेळेस 1-2 महिन्यानंतर आठवण्याचा प्रयत्न करतो त्या सगळ्या गोष्टी आपल्याला आठवत नाहीत. हे आहे का आपला अनुभव? होतं का असं? और डू यू रिमेंबर ऑल थिंग्स? जे आपण तुम्ही पाठ केलेलं आहे परीक्षेच्या आदल्या दिवशी ते सगळं आठवत असं आहे का? का विसरतं? त्या काही गोष्टी आपल्याला विसरून जातात. ज्या गोष्टी तुम्ही न समजता हे केलेले असतात, शिकलेलं असतो आपण, पाठ केलेले असतात, त्या गोष्टी आपल्याला कदाचित विसरून जाऊ शकतात. पण ज्या गोष्टी आपण समजून घेतलेल्या आहेत आणि त्याचं रिपिटेशन ज्यावेळेस होतं आणि त्या परमनंट मेमरीमध्ये ज्यावेळेस जातात त्यावेळेस त्या गोष्टी आपल्या विसरून जात नाहीत. ओके, दॅट बिकम्स अवर परमनंट मेमरी. सो द थिंग इज दॅट Here, I would like to tell you is that, first of all, try to understand the concept. Concept अगोदर आपण समजून घ्यायचा आणि तो कन्सेप्ट समजल्यानंतर तो आपल्या परमनंट मेमरीमध्ये जाईल याची काही गॅरंटी नाही. ठीक आहे. आज मी या ठिकाणी तुम्हाला काही कन्सेप्ट शिकवतोय. ओके, तुम्हाला क्लासमध्ये शिकताना हा खूप इझी वाटेल, हा कन्सेप्ट तुम्हाला समजून जाईल. पण जर तुम्ही याचं रिपिटेशन नाही केलं, म्हणजे घरी गेल्यानंतर तुम्ही जर हा वाचला नाही पॉइंट किंवा नंतर ह्याचं तुम्ही रिव्हिजनच नाही केलं, तर कदाचित ह्या ज्या गोष्टी आपण शिकलेलो आहोत ज्या तुम्हाला समजल्या होत्या पण नंतर त्या तुम्हाला त्या ठिकाणी विसरून जाऊ शकतात. त्यासाठी रिव्हिजन पण करणं त्या ठिकाणी गरजेचं आहे. ठीक आहे. सो द थिंग इज दॅट, कशावरून विषय निघाला होता, तुम्हाला ह्या बेसिक गोष्टी मी तुम्हाला विचारल्या होत्या. सिस्टीम ऑफ युनिट हे तुम्हाला झालेलं आहे. बऱ्याच विद्यार्थ्यांना हे माहीत आहे, त्यांनी उत्तर दिलेले आहेत आणि बऱ्याच विद्यार्थ्यांना हे आठवत नाही, विसरलेले आहेत. का विसरलेत? कारण त्यांच्या परमनंट मेमरीमध्ये ह्या गोष्टी गेलेल्या आहेत. पण ज्यावेळेस आपण ह्या गोष्टी रिवाइज करतो त्यावेळेस त्यांच्या लक्षात हा बरोबर आहे, हे आपण हे केलं बरोबर आहे. म्हणजे इन देअर डीप मेमरी somewhere there is there, this knowledge is there, this memory is there, but they are unable to bring that concept, that memory on surface, okay, or in application at that particular moment. ज्यावेळेस प्रश्न विचारला होता त्यावेळेस हे गोष्टी आपल्याला आठवल्या पाहिजेत. म्हणजे कधी आपल्याला होऊ शकतं, ज्यावेळेस आपण ह्याचं रिपिटेशन करतो त्यावेळेस आपल्याला ह्या गोष्टी परमनंटली इन्स्टॉल होऊन जातात. सो वी आर डिस्कसिंग अबाउट दिस सिस्टम ऑफ युनिट. Some of the students have correctly given the answer. There are MKS system of unit is there, then CGS system of unit is there, then SI system of unit is there. See here, हे बेसिक आपल्याला परत पुढे जाऊन कुठेही आपल्याला उपयोगाला येतं. जसं की जर आपल्याला ह्या गोष्टी माहीत असतील तेच बेसिक आपल्याला या ठिकाणी आता उपयोगाला यायला लागले. कशामध्ये? हे शिकत असताना, मास डेन्सिटी शिकत असताना. See here, in SI system of unit, the mass is measured in kg. मास कशामध्ये मेजर केलं जातं? kg मध्ये. व्हॉल्यूम कशामध्ये मेजर केलं जातं एसआय सिस्टम ऑफ युनिट मध्ये? व्हॉट इज द युनिट ऑफ व्हॉल्यूम? इट इज इन मीटर क्यूब. हे जर आपल्याला माहित असेल, आठवत असेल, तर तुम्ही इझिली लगेच त्या ठिकाणी उत्तर द्याल. राईट. सो व्हॉट वर दिस सिस्टम ऑफ युनिट? एमकेएस सिस्टम मध्ये मास इज मेजर्ड इन केजी, देन वेट इज मेजर्ड इन मास इज मेजर्ड इन केजी, weight is measured in kgf of force, and then time is measured in second. In CGS system of force, mass is measured in this m stands for it is distance, sorry, this m stands for the meter. The distance is measured in meter, then mass is measured in kg and time is measured in second. Then in CGS system of unit, the distance is measured in centimeter, mass is measured in gram, and time is measured in second. Right. In SI system of unit, the mass is measured in kg, right? Distance is measured in meter, mass is measured in kg, and then time is measured in second. Some of the students, they might be having the query in their mind, then what is the difference between these two? MKS system, again MKS, when you are measuring the distance in meter, then mass in kg, right, and time in second. So याच्यापासून जे मेन आपल्या फंडामेंटल युनिट्स आहेत, दॅट इज डिस्टन्स, वेट, मास आणि टाइम. ह्याच्यापासून जे आपण डिराईव्ह केलेले बाकीचे युनिट्स आहेत, ज्याला आपण डिराइव्ड युनिट्स म्हणतो, त्याच्यामध्ये फरक पडतो. जसं की फोर्स जो आहे, इट इज अ डिराइव्ड युनिट. त्याचं युनिट, डिराइव्ड युनिट काय? न्यूटन. ओके, न्यूटन इज अ डिराइव्ड युनिट. सो न्यूटन जो आहे तो एसआय सिस्टीम मध्ये फोर्स हा न्यूटन मध्ये मेजर केला जातो. बट इन केस ऑफ एमकेएस सिस्टीम, द फोर्स इज मेजर्ड इन केजीएफ, याच्यामध्ये मेजर केला जातो. डिराइव्ड युनिट मध्ये त्या ठिकाणी फरक आहे. ओके, बेसिक याच्यामध्ये फरक याच्यामध्ये दिसत नाही. सो इन अवर होल सिलेबस वी आर गोइंग टू यूज मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम, वी आर गोइंग टू डील विथ द एसआय सिस्टीम ऑफ युनिट. ओके, सो द एसआय सिस्टीम ऑफ युनिट मधले जे काही युनिट्स आहेत ते आपले युनिट्स त्या ठिकाणी माहित असणं गरजेचं आहे. in most of the world now, right now, most of the countries, they are using SI system of unit to have the uniformity in the unit system. Okay. Earlier, some countries they were adopting CGS system of unit. Some countries they were adopting FT, foot pound, FPS system. हे पण another system आहे FPS. ओके. डिस्टन्स मेजर केला जातो फूट मध्ये, मास मेजर केला जातो पाऊंड मध्ये, टाइम मेजर केला जातो सेकंड मध्ये. FPS सिस्टीम काही कंट्रीज मध्ये ही सिस्टीम होती, काही कंट्रीज मध्ये MKS सिस्टीम होती. Okay, so to have the uniformity in the unit, the SI system has been adopted. Okay, and in our syllabus, in most of the authors also, they use the SI system of unit. Okay, so because of here all the properties of the fluid we are going to learn, and the unit of the properties you should be in the SI system of unit. Okay, now mass is measured in kg in SI system. The volume is measured in meter cube. So what will be the unit of mass density? It will be, yes, who will tell? See this
kg per meter cube.
kg per meter cube. You have to participate, you have to give the answers, otherwise this will become monotonous. 2 तासाचं आपलं कंटिन्युअस लेक्चर आहे. 1 तासानंतर कदाचित अकॉर्डिंग टू युअर मेंटॅलिटी, सायकोलॉजी, you may get somewhat distracted, right? So that I am asking questions. Meanwhile, you have to be attentive, you have to give the answers to this question, right? I know that you know the answers, then also I have to ask, because another purpose of asking the question is that you will become more, what I can say, interesting to listen the things, and your confidence to speak also, it will improve, right? Confidence to speak publicly, to speak in the group, right? That also increases. So that is also another motive behind asking the questions, right? So rightly, some of the one of the students has told here the unit kg per meter cube, right? Now in liquid, water is considered as a standard fluid. Okay, हे आपल्याला माहित असणं गरजेचं आहे. We have studied that fluid can be broadly classified in 2 categories, one as a liquids, other as a gases, right? In liquid, water is considered as a standard fluid, and in gases, air is considered as the standard fluid in case of the gases. Okay, so here in most of the fluids also, this property, water, is taken as the standard fluid, आणि याचे जे प्रॉपर्टीज आहेत त्याच्याबरोबर आपण बाकीच्या फ्लुइडच्या प्रॉपर्टी ह्या कंपेअर करतो. ओके, वी डू द कंपॅरिजन ऑफ द फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ अदर लिक्विड्स अँड गॅसेस with respect to the properties of the water. So water is considered as a standard fluid. So for that purpose, for this reason, we should know what is the mass density of water. Okay, पाण्याची mass density काय आहे? What is the weight density of water? What is the specific gravity of water? What is the surface tension of water? What is the viscosity of water at standard temperature and pressure? All these things which are related to the water, this must be known to us. This must be kept in mind, okay, always, because we are going to use, meanwhile, in between, somewhere frequently you will use these values which are concerned about the water. So we should know the mass density of water. Okay, now here mass density of water, you can see here, it is 1000 kg per meter cube. So this value, it should be known to you. You should remember this. In your notebook, I have told you to make a 200 pages long notebook separately for this subject. I hope that everyone has made such notebook. Okay, because here in this subject you are going to solve a number of problems also. We are going to take the practice. You are going to solve the assignments also. So if you make a separate notebook, it will be very easy for you to do the study and to have a material at one particular notebook only. Otherwise, if you write here and there in different notebooks, you will not get that particular content easily on time. एक नोटबुक जर सेपरेट केली तर आपल्याला ते इझिली त्या ठिकाणी आपल्याला ते कंटेंट्स आपल्याला पाहायला भेटतात, तुम्हाला ते सापडतं लवकर. सो फॉर दिस रिझन जर आपण केलेलं नसेल, you should bring one notebook here, 200 pages notebook separately for this particular subject, and you have to go on writing what are the things I am going to tell you. Okay, those students right now have the notebook with you. What you have to do? Open your notebook. On the first page of your notebook, okay, you might have written your name. On the back side of that first page, you should write down these values. Okay, you should write down all the things which I am going to tell you. You may write down their formulas like this. Rho is equal to m upon v. Okay, जे काही छोट्या छोट्या गोष्टी आहेत हे आपण त्या पेज वरती आपण लिहिणार आहोत. Are you getting my point? Now there on that same page you can note down this value. ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही प्रॉब्लेम सोडवता त्यावेळेस तुम्हाला इझिली ह्या गोष्टी अवेलेबल होतील अशा ठिकाणी त्या लिहायचे. आयदर यू कॅन यूज द फर्स्ट पेज और यू कॅन यूज द लास्ट पेज. शेवटच्या पानावरती लिहिले तरी चालेल, जेणेकरून ज्यावेळेस तुम्हाला एखादी फॉर्म्युला आठवत नसेल, एखादी व्हॅल्यू आठवत नसेल, तर तुम्ही इझिली ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही ओपन करता लास्ट पेज तुम्हाला त्या ठिकाणी ते फॉर्म्युला भेटून जाईल. ओके, किंवा तो व्हॅल्यू तुम्हाला त्या ठिकाणी भेटून जाईल. सो ऑन दॅट फर्स्ट पेज और लास्ट पेज, first of all write down this formula. Rho is equal to m upon v. Then write down this value notation rho w. Rho stands for mass density, and this small w, this suffix, it stands for water. Okay, so what is the rho w? Rho w is nothing but it is the mass density of water. Are you getting my point? Is there any difficulty? Is there any doubt? Yes. Anyone can unmute. If you are facing any kind of problem, you can use the chat box. You can chat personally to me if you are facing any difficulty, any problem. चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये गेल्यानंतर त्या ठिकाणी तुमच्या नावावरती ते एक ड्रॉप डाऊन एरो आहे, त्याच्यावरती क्लिक करा आणि माझं नाव तुम्हाला त्या ठिकाणी दिसेल. त्याच्यावरती क्लिक करून तुम्ही चॅट करू शकता पर्सनली. तुम्हाला जर इन जनरल मध्ये प्रश्न विचारायचा नसेल, चॅटिंग करायचं नसेल, तुम्हाला जर ऑकवर्ड वाटत असेल, if you are having some shyness, you can personally chat with me. I will not take your name in public if you don't want so. कुठलाही तुमचा सिली क्वेश्चन असला तरी तुम्ही त्या ठिकाणी विचारा. ओके, मनामध्ये डाऊट ठेवू नका. जर मनामध्ये डाऊट राहिला तर तो तसाच परत प्रश्न वाढत जातात. एका प्रश्नावर परत दुसरा प्रश्न वाढतो, किंवा तो जो डाऊट आहे त्या डाऊट मध्ये तुमचं मन त्या ठिकाणी तसंच त्याच ठिकाणी अडकून बसतं. या ठिकाणी मी नवीन तुम्हाला पॉईंट काहीतरी शिकवतोय, तो तुमचा बाजूलाच राहतो, तुमचं त्या ठिकाणी लक्ष नसतं. मग तुमच्या डोक्यामध्ये जर एखादा प्रश्न आलेला असेल तर तिकडेच आपण त्याच्यावरती विचार करत बसतो. सो रादर दॅट what you should do, you should ask that query at that instant only to me. Okay, you can use the chat box, you can use any medium of asking question. You can unmute and you can ask your question in public. You can use the chat box, you can chat to everyone, or you can chat personally to me. Okay, it depends upon you. I have given freedom to you to use these all options. And whenever I ask the questions at that time, you can unmute and you can tell the answers, or you can use the chat box, you can type your answers. Okay, now once again I'm asking, are you having any difficulty, any doubt? Are you there, all of you?
Yes, sir.
No doubt, sir.
So as this session is online, I don't know what you are doing at your place, whether you are listening or wandering here and there by starting the session. At random, I will ask the question to any particular person. Okay, so be attentive. Okay, so now I think you might have written this formula: rho is equal to m into v, then rho w is equal to 1000 kg per meter cube. Write down this value. Rho w is equal to 1000 kg per meter cube. In some of the books, you might get this value as a 998. Okay, or yeah, somewhere on the website also, on some books you may get this value. So this value is for the pure water. Okay, and it is for the general value or common value, we round up this figure and we take the value as a 1000 kg per meter cube. Okay, in most of the places we use the value as a 1000 kg per meter cube to have the simplicity in calculation. Okay, 1000 kg per meter cube. Also, before a few minutes, I have told you that value of z, small z, it varies from place to place. But from the point of convenience, calculation simplicity, the common value of z is taken as 9.81. Okay, this is the common value we take. But this may not be the value at the equator of the earth. ओके, पृथ्वीचं जे विषुववृत्त आहे त्याच्यावरती ही व्हॅल्यू असेल का नाही सांगता येत नाही, त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त असेल. अँड ऍट द पोल्स, नॉर्थ पोल और साउथ पोल, दिस व्हॅल्यू मे बी डिफरंट, बट जनरली we take the common value as a 9.81. What is the unit of small z? I want answer from your side. Yes, who will tell? SI unit of small z. Right? Nobody is giving the answer. Is it this much that much difficult?
kg per meter square.
Kg per meter square. Anyone else? Sakshi, your voice is not reaching, not audible. You can put your answers in the chat box.
Meter per second square.
Meter per second square, correct. So Ankita has given correct answer here. Meter per second square is the SI unit of acceleration due to gravity. इथून पुढं सगळ्यांनी हे युनिट ध्यानात ठेवायचं. तुमच्या ओरल मध्ये वगैरे तुम्हाला हे विचारलं जाऊ शकतं. सो सी हिअर दीज आर द बेसिक थिंग्स. ह्या आपल्या कशा काय विसरू शकतात बेसिक गोष्टी ज्या आहेत त्या हे विसरण्यात पाहिजेत. मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वेअर करेक्ट. So Mayuri and Sakshi both have given the correct answer to this question. The SI unit of acceleration due to gravity is meter per second square. Okay. So in your notebook, write down this value. Small z, त्याच्या अगोदर लिहा acceleration due to gravity in bracket small z is equal to 9.81 meter per second square. Okay. Many times in the oral examination, we ask the question to the students. Such simple question we ask, but students get failed in giving the correct answer. Some students tell the correct value 9.81, but they fail to tell the unit. So this should not be the case with all of you. Okay. Henceforth, everyone should remember this thing, value as well as unit. Why it is meter per second square? Because this is the acceleration. Okay, what is the unit of acceleration, or what is the formula? What is the formula of acceleration?
Velocity upon time.
Acceleration is nothing but correct. It is the velocity upon time. What is the unit of SI unit of velocity?
Meter per second.
Correct. The unit of velocity is meter per second, and here the time is having second. So this second will go in the denominator, and this unit will become meter per second square, right? And this z is nothing but it is acceleration. It is acceleration due to gravity. The SI unit will be meter per second square. विसरेल का आता कोणाचं हे युनिट आणि व्हॅल्यू? You write down this in your notebook. See here, if we make, students may ask the question how this value has come 1000 kg per meter cube, or in CGS unit we can write down this value as a 1 gram per centimeter cube. So practically also you can perform this and you can get this value whether it is true or not. You can check it. For that purpose, what we have to do? You have to take a weighing balance, एक वजन काटा घ्यायचा. Okay. Then you have to take the container, एक छोटा कंटेनर घ्यायचं, त्याच्यावरती ग्रॅज्युएटेड स्केल मार्क केलेले असतील. Okay. And this container, it should be of the volume of 1 centimeter cube. जर तुम्हाला हे पाहिजे असेल तर you can take small container 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. So that is nothing but 1 meter cube. Okay. असं एक छोटं कंटेनर घ्यायचं. ओके, त्याचं इनिशियल वेट घ्या. ह्या कंटेनरचं एम्प्टी असताना ह्या कंटेनरचं स्वतःचं काही वजन असेल, कॉल इट एज अ W1. ओके. आणि ज्यावेळेस त्याचं हे एम्प्टी ह्याच्यावरती ठेवायचं, वेट बॅलन्स वरती ठेवायचं, त्याचं वजन जे असेल ते या ठिकाणी लिहायचं W1, आणि परत पाण्याने पूर्णपणे भरून घ्यायचं. ओके, दॅट वेट विल बी W2. ओके, and when we will do W2 minus W1, what you will get? What you will get?
Change in weight.
See here, एक कंटेनर आहे, कंटेनरचं एम्प्टी कंटेनरचं आपण वजन केलं, त्याचा वेट आलं W1. ओके, नंतर आपण त्याच्यामध्ये पाणी भरलं आणि त्याचं वजन केलं, त्याचं वजन आलं W2. राईट. आपल्याला वेट कशाचं पाहिजे? कंटेनरचं पाहिजे का? वी आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड वेट ऑफ वॉटर, वी आर इंटरेस्टेड इन द वेट ऑफ वॉटर. पण ज्यावेळेस आपण हे कंटेनर आपण ज्यावेळेस ठेवतो वेइंग बॅलन्स वरती, त्यावेळेस त्या कंटेनरचं पण वेट त्या ठिकाणी येणार आहे. बरोबर आहे. आता हे W2 इज नथिंग बट इट इज द वेट ऑफ वॉटर प्लस वेट ऑफ द कंटेनर. राईट. ज्यावेळेस आपण यातून W1 मायनस करू, व्हॉट इज W1? W1 is the weight of container. त्यावेळेस आपल्याला काय भेटेल? You will get the weight of water, WW. Okay. So in this way, तुम्हाला या ठिकाणी वेट ऑफ वॉटर भेटून जाईल. इन केजी जे आपल्याकडे वेइंग बॅलन्स वगैरे असतात त्याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला वेट कशामध्ये भेटतो, केजी मध्ये भेटतो. ओके, जर त्याला तुम्ही 9.81 ने मल्टिप्लाय केलं देन दॅट युनिट विल बिकम इन न्यूटन, ते तुम्हाला न्यूटन मध्ये भेटून जाईल. ठीक आहे. सो व्हॉट यू हॅव टू डू, ते वेट भेटल्यानंतर त्याला त्या व्हॉल्यूमने डिवाइड करायचं. हे व्हॉल्यूम किती आहे, 1 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब, त्याने डिवाइड करा. देन यू विल गेट द what I can say mass density or weight density of water. जर ह्याचं युनिट केजी असेल, ग्रॅम असेल, देन वी कॉल इट एज अ मास डेन्सिटी. जर त्या ठिकाणी तुम्ही त्याला मल्टिप्लाय केला न्यूटननी 9.81 नी, तर तुमचं युनिट असेल न्यूटन पर मीटर क्यूब, राईट, अँड दॅट विल बी द वेट डेन्सिटी. ओके, अशा पद्धतीने तुम्हाला त्या ठिकाणी कॅल्क्युलेट करता येऊ शकतो. ओके, इफ यू टेक or you can prepare a tank of 1 meter by 1 meter 1 meter, असा 1 मीटर लांबीचा, 1 मीटर रुंदीचा आणि 1 मीटर उंचीचा एक टँक तयार करायचा आणि त्याच्यामध्ये पाणी भरायचं. ओके, आणि त्याचं वेट घ्यायचं. ते वेट त्या ठिकाणी किती यायला पाहिजे, 1000 kg. युनिट कन्व्हर्जन हे पण आपल्याला त्या ठिकाणी माहित असणं गरजेचं आहे. हे युनिट कन्व्हर्जन जर आपल्याला त्या ठिकाणी येत नसेल देन प्रॉब्लेम सोडवताना आपल्याला त्या ठिकाणी प्रॉब्लेम येऊ शकतात. ओके, यू मे फेस द प्रॉब्लेम डिफिकल्टी while solving the problem because in some of the problems unit may not be always given in the SI system of unit. For example, you can see here the mass has the unit kg, here the mass has the unit gram. So you should know the relation between 1 kg and gram. So who will tell me how much gram is equal to 1 kg?
10⁻³ gram.
10⁻³ gram, correct. So Mayuri has given the correct answer. So this K, it stands for 1000. Okay, K जो वापरलेला असतो युनिट मध्ये, that K represents, it is 10 to the power 3, that is 1000. Capital M, it stands for how much?
Mega. 10⁻⁶.
Mega or million, correct. 10 to the power 6. Okay, capital Z stands for giga or 10 to the power 9. ह्या गोष्टी आपल्याला माहित पाहिजे. ओके, हे विसरून चालणार नाही. इफ यू डोंट नो यू कॅन नोट डाऊन दिस थिंग्स इन युअर नोटबुक. नोटबुक मध्ये तुम्ही लिहून घ्या. त्याच्यानंतर स्मॉल एम हा एक आपण त्या ठिकाणी वापरतो शब्द.
Milli.
Wait for a second. There is a call from one faculty staff member. So this small m stands for, will tell. It stands for milli. Milli means 10 to the power -3. Okay. Then C. C stands for centi. Centi means
10⁻⁻².
correct. It is 10 to the power -2. So all of you write down these things in your notebook on that page, first page or last page. Now see here, there is one unit for the distance, SI unit, that is meter. When this C comes here before this meter, it become centimeter, right? Means 1 meter, centimeters 10 to the power -2 meter. Okay, when this small m come in front of meter, it become millimeter, that is 10 to the power -3 meter. When this K comes in front of meter, it becomes kilometer, means how much, 10 to the power 3 meter or 1000 meter. Then similarly, when this m come in front of meter, it become 10 to the power 6 meter, million meter. Similarly for the kg, gram इज द युनिट ऑफ मास. ग्रॅमच्या पुढे जर आपण या ठिकाणी के लावलं तर हे काय होईल, किलोग्रॅम. म्हणजे काय होईल, 10 to the power 3 ग्रॅम. मिलीग्रॅम मीन्स 10 to the power -3 ग्रॅम. सो दिस युनिट्स हे बेसिक आपल्याला या ठिकाणी माहित असणं गरजेचं आहे. जर आपल्याला माहित नसेल तर नोटबुकमध्ये तुम्ही त्या ठिकाणी लिहून घ्या. हे आपण पुढे आपल्याला वापरावं लागणार आहे. आणि त्याच्यानंतर कन्व्हर्जन ऑफ हे त्या ठिकाणी महत्वाचं आहे. 1 मीटर इज इक्वल टू हाऊ मच सेंटीमीटर, 10 to the power -2 सेंटीमीटर. राईट. आता हेच डायमेन्शन ज्यावेळेस मी
1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. 10 to plus 2.
100 सेंटीमीटर. ओके, नॉट 10 to the power -2. हे 100 कसं आलं, हे 10 to the power 2, 100 मीन्स 10 to the power 2 इंटू हे सेंटीचं -2, हे -2 हे ह्यावेळी या ठिकाणी कॅन्सल होऊन जाईल आणि आपल्या या ठिकाणी मीटर भेटून जाईल. राईट. 1 मीटर इज इक्वल टू 100 सेंटीमीटर. करेक्ट. सो 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. This is the dimension of distance. But when we convert this distance in area, okay, 1 meter by 1 meter now here. जर हा या ठिकाणी आपण एरिया असेल आणि याचा आपल्याला सेंटीमीटर मध्ये कन्व्हर्जन करायचं, सेंटीमीटर स्क्वेअर मध्ये एरिया. आता हा 1 मीटर बाय 1 मीटर म्हणजे किती एरिया झाला,
1 meter square.
करेक्ट. नाव हा सेंटीमीटर मध्ये जर मला काढायचा असेल तर काय करावं लागेल मग मला,
10 raised to 4 centimeter square.
द बेसिक थिंग या ठिकाणी ध्यानात ठेवायची, हे जे आपण युनिट कन्व्हर्जन केलेलं आहे, टेक डुईंग स्क्वेअरिंग ऑन बोथ साइड. ओके, याचा पण स्क्वेअर करायचा आणि याचा पण स्क्वेअर करायचा. ओके, याचा स्क्वेअर केला तर आपल्याला काय भेटेल, 1 मीटर स्क्वेअर, 1 चा स्क्वेअर 1, मीटरचा स्क्वेअर मीटर स्क्वेअर, 100 चा स्क्वेअर 10 to the power 4, राईट. आणि सेंटीमीटरचा स्क्वेअर दॅट इज सेंटीमीटर स्क्वेअर. सो नाव हिअर यू कॅन सी द कन्व्हर्जन. 1 मीटर स्क्वेअर नाव इज इक्वल टू 10 to the power 4 सेंटीमीटर स्क्वेअर. सिमिलरली नाव जर मला 1 मीटर क्यूब च कन्व्हर्जन पाहिजे असेल सेंटीमीटर क्यूब मध्ये तर कसं येईल मग, कोण सांगेल किती सेंटीमीटर क्यूब येईल?
10 raised to 6.
Correct.
10 raised to 6.
Here 10 to the power 2, 1 meter is equal to 10 to the power 2 सेंटीमीटर. आता मी काय करतो, याचा क्यूब करतो, क्यूबिंग टेकिंग क्यूब ऑन बोथ साइड, 10 to the power 2 याचा क्यूब आणि सेंटीमीटरचा पण क्यूब. सो व्हॉट इज द क्यूब ऑफ 10, या ठिकाणी काय होईल, 10 to the power 2 ह्याचा क्यूब म्हणजे याचं काय होईल, मल्टिप्लिकेशन होईल. बरोबर आहे, हे दोन पॉवर्स म्हणजे काय या ठिकाणी 10 to the power 6, बरोबर आहे, आणि हा सेंटीमीटर क्यूब. सो देअरफॉर 1 मीटर स्क्वेअर मीटर क्यूब इज इक्वल टू 10 to the power 6 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब. ओके, हे सगळ्यांना आपल्याला आलं पाहिजे, जमलं पाहिजे. आता याच्या उलट जर मला 1 सेंटीमीटर क्यूबचं मीटर क्यूब मध्ये कन्व्हर्जन करायचं असेल तर काय करावं लागेल मला, टेकिंग दिस 10 to the power 6 on LHS left hand side, what I will get on the RHS? On the RHS I will get 1 centimeter cube. On the LHS what I will get?
10 raised to -6.
Correct. So on the here I will get 10 to the power -6 meter cube. Okay. So 1 centimeter cube is equal to 10 to the power -6 meter cube. हे कन्व्हर्जन पण आपल्याला या ठिकाणी जमलं पाहिजे, हे आपल्याला आलं पाहिजे. नाव हिअर हे सगळंच मी या ठिकाणी रद्द करतो. हे लिहून घेते सगळेजण. जर तुम्हाला समजलं असेल तर लिहायची गरज नाही. 1 centimeter cube is equal to 10 to the power 6 -6 meter cube. Now I will rub this. आता याचं कन्व्हर्जन आपल्याला ह्याच्यामध्ये करता आलं पाहिजे. ओके, हे 1000 मीटर kg पर मीटर क्यूब कसं आलं? तर आता हे पहा, ग्रॅमच्या ऐवजी आपल्याला काय करायचं, आता केजी मध्ये कन्वर्ट करायचं आहे. 1 kg इज इक्वल टू हाऊ मच ग्रॅम? 10 to the power
10 raised to 3.
gram. 1 gram is equal to how much kg?
10 raised to -3.
10 to the power -3 kg. ओके, आता ह्या 1 kgच्या 1 ग्रॅमच्या ऐवजी आपण या ठिकाणी काय लिहिणार? 10 to the power -3 kg. इन द डिनॉमिनेटर या ठिकाणी युनिट काय? सेंटीमीटर क्यूब. आत्ताच आपण जस्ट बघितलं 1 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब इज इक्वल टू हाऊ मच मीटर क्यूब?
10 raised to -6.
10 to the power -6 meter cube. So I will write here 10 to the power -6 meter cube. लक्ष द्या सगळ्यांनी. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट हिअर? आता हे पॉवर आहे, वरती गेल्यावर काय होईल?
Plus होईल.
प्लस 10 to the power हे -3 as it is multiplied by 10 to the power +6 युनिट हे kg per meter cube. kg per meter cube आहे तसं. आता दोन्हीचा बेस सेम आहे, याचा बेस 10 आहे, तर 10 आहे, म्हणजे पॉवरच्या या ठिकाणी काय होईल? ऍडिशन -3 +6 युनिट kg पर मीटर क्यूब. -3 +6 म्हणजेच 10 to the power 3 kg पर मीटर क्यूब. ओके, आलं काय? 10 to the power 3 kg म्हणजेच 1000 kg पर मीटर क्यूब. अशा पद्धतीने आपल्याला कन्व्हर्जन हे येऊ शकतात ज्यावेळेस आपल्याला हे कन्व्हर्जन माहित असतात. ओके, हे आपल्याला करता आलं पाहिजे. एव्हरीवन अंडरस्टूड दिस थिंग? हाऊ टू डू द क्वेश्चन्स? ओके, याच्यामध्ये आपण बराच वेळ घेतलेला आपला युनिट कन्व्हर्जन्स, पण आपलं फंडामेंटल्स हे व्यवस्थित असणं गरजेचं आहे. आपला फंडामेंटल जर आपलं क्लिअर नसेल, बेसिक जर आपल्याला नसेल, तर पुढे जर आपण प्रॉब्लेम सोडवताना आपल्याला बऱ्याच डिफिकल्टी येतात. सेकंड प्रॉपर्टी, ही आपण पहिली प्रॉपर्टी या ठिकाणी बघितली, मास डेन्सिटी. सेकंड प्रॉपर्टी हिअर वी आर गोइंग टू सी, दॅट इज वेट डेन्सिटी, और इट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड ॲज स्पेसिफिक वेट. ओके, तुमच्या नोटबुक मध्ये हे तुम्ही लिहून घ्या, टायटल सगळे लिहून घेत जा. जे काय पॉईंट आपण शिकतोय ते नोट डाऊन करा. अदरवाईज 1-2-3 दिवसानंतर परत तुम्ही म्हणणार, अरे हा पॉईंट आपल्याला झालता का नाही, तुमच्या लक्षात नाही येणार. ओके, जर कन्सेप्ट समजला असेल तर तुम्हाला आठवेल, नो प्रॉब्लेम. टायटल टाका त्या ठिकाणी सगळ्यात अगोदर नोटबुक मध्ये. युनिट नंबर 1 फ्लुइड प्रॉपर्टीज. ओके, सगळ्यात वरती टायटल ऑफ द युनिट. लिहिलं नसेल तर, लिहिलं असेल तर प्रॉब्लेम नाही. त्याच्या खाली तुम्ही असाइनमेंट क्वेश्चन्स आय थिंक यू माइट हॅव रिटन, जे काही लिहिलेलं आहे युनिट नंबर 1 मध्ये त्याच्या खाली हे टायटल टाकायचं, फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ द फ्लुइड. ओके, त्याच्यानंतर मास, याची डेफिनेशन आपण त्या ठिकाणी पाहिलेली आहे. इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी टू राईट डाऊन ऑल दिस डेफिनेशन्स अँड थिंग्स. जे काय गरजेचं आहे ते त्या ठिकाणी तुम्हाला मी लिहायला सांगेन. मासची डेफिनेशन लिहा, फक्त एक पॉईंट त्या ठिकाणी लिहून घ्या, जे काय पॉईंट आपण शिकतोय ते. त्याच्यानंतर सेकंड, डेन्सिटी म्हणजे काय, मास डेन्सिटी आपण शिकलेलो आहोत, तो पॉईंट फक्त त्या ठिकाणी लिहा. मास डेन्सिटीचा फॉर्म्युला त्या ठिकाणी लिहिला तरी चालेल. ऑलरेडी यू माइट हॅव रिटन देट ऑन द बॅक साइड ऑफ द फर्स्ट पेज. अँड देन नेक्स्ट, वेट डेन्सिटी, सेकंड फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टी, वेट डेन्सिटी और स्पेसिफिक वेट. So now who will tell me what is weight density? Already we have discussed about this, and everything is in front of you.
Weight upon volume.
So while having presentation, while giving answer, you have to put it in a systematic way, right? For example, now when I'm asking here, what is the weight density or define weight density, at that time you should the tell definition in this way. It is the ratio of weight of the fluid to the volume of the fluid. Okay, इन युअर हेन्सफॉर कुठलाही विषय असेल, कुठलाही तुमची ओरल असेल किंवा इंटरव्ह्यू असतील, ऍट दॅट टाइम जेवढं तुम्हाला सिस्टमॅटिक पद्धतीने उत्तर देता येतील तेवढे आपण त्या ठिकाणी दिले पाहिजे. ओके, इट शोज युअर नीटनेस ऑफ युअर माइंडसेट, नीटनेस ऑफ युअर कन्सेप्ट, राइट? So in your oral examination, if someone asks you define weight density, so at that time you should tell the definition of the weight density as it is the ratio of weight density of the fluid to the weight of the fluid to the volume of the fluid. Okay, like that. Mathematically it can be represented as like this. Okay, so you can note down this mathematical expression: small w or gamma is equal to weight of the fluid upon the volume of fluid, or in short you can write capital W upon capital V. So after writing this, I will tell you the relation between this mass density and weight density. Okay, this gamma is nothing but it is weight density. Now see here, this capital W is nothing but, we have seen this capital W is nothing but it is m into A. Am I right? It is the product
Yes, sir.
of mass and acceleration, or m into Z. Rather we can say m into Z. Capital W is equal to m into Z. So instead of this I can write here capital M into Z upon volume. Okay, now if you see here, what is this m upon V?
Mass density.
Mass density, correct. So here now you can see, instead of this m upon V I can write as a rho. Okay, and this Z as it is. So now here we got the relationship between mass density and weight density. What is that relationship? Weight density is the product of mass density into acceleration due to gravity. Okay, so that is gamma is equal to, or small w is equal to rho into Z. Write down this one. Written, gamma is equal to rho into Z. Now one more thing, now we want to write down the value of gamma W. Who will tell me what is gamma W?
Weight density of water.
Correct. Now we want to find out, or we want to write down the weight density of water, right? What is the, now here I have used the notation W as a formula. I have formula मध्ये मी W notation वापरतोय. So what will be the value of I can write here about the rho, I can write here rho W. Okay, instead of rho I can write rho W, because it is the weight density of water. So here there will be a mass density of water into Z. Z will be same for all of them. Okay, so I can write here gamma W is equal to rho W into Z, and we know the value of rho W. What is the value of rho W? Just now we have written that value,
1000 kg per meter.
1000 kg per meter cube, right? So 1000 multiplied by, what is the value of small z?
9.81.
9.81, correct. So now do the multiplication of this and you will get the value as 9810. What will be the unit? Now before going into this depth, हे डिटेल मध्ये बघण्याच्या अगोदर आपल्याला ह्याचं युनिट माहित पाहिजे होतं. युनिट बद्दल आपलं डिस्कशन राहिलेलं आहे. वेट डेन्सिटी इज नथिंग बट इट इज द रेशियो ऑफ weight of the liquid to the or weight of the fluid to the volume of the fluid. In SI system of unit, weight is measured in कशामध्ये मेजर केलं जातं weight? Weight is nothing but it is force. Okay, आणि force कशामध्ये मेजर केला जातो?
न्यूटन.
न्यूटन. Volume कशामध्ये मेजर केलं जातं? मीटर क्यूब मध्ये. So write down there one sentence. The SI in SI system, the unit of or the SI unit of weight density is Newton per meter cube. The SI system, SI unit of the SI unit of weight density is Newton per meter cube. Right? Now tell me here, whatever the value we have got here by multiplying this 9810, what will be its unit? Yes, 9810 Newton per meter cube. Okay, so write down these things. Gamma W is equal to 9810 Newton per meter cube. हे सुरुवातीला आपण एक बेसिक शिकतो आहोत, फंडामेंटल शिकतो आहोत, त्यामुळं खूप स्लोली या ठिकाणी मी चाललोय. ह्याच्या बेसिक गोष्टी आहेत किंवा फंडामेंटल आहेत हे सगळ्यांना माहित असणं गरजेचं आहे. हा पार्ट जर आपण गडबडीमध्ये शिकलो, मी शिकवला आणि तुमच्या लक्षात नाही आलं आणि आपण डायरेक्ट प्रॉब्लेम जर सोडवा लागलो तर त्यावेळेस मग परत डिफिकल्टी येतात. ओके, त्यासाठी अगोदर जो आपला पाया आहे हा आपला मेन पाया, पुढे प्रॉब्लेम सोडवायचा, तो पाया आपला कसा पाहिजे त्या ठिकाणी भक्कम पाहिजे. ओके, इट शुड बी स्ट्रॉंग, तरच आपली बिल्डिंग पुढची जी आहे ती आपण स्ट्रॉंग होणार आहे. जर फाउंडेशन स्ट्रॉंग नसेल तर बिल्डिंग वरती कितीही चांगली बांधली तरी त्याचा काय उपयोग नाही. त्यामुळं जे फाउंडेशन आहे आपलं किंवा बेसिक आहे ते व्यवस्थित अगोदर आपल्याला माहित असणं गरजेचं आहे. त्यासाठी आपण हे या स्पीडने आपण चाललेलो आहोत विथ ग्रेट डिटेल्स. तुमच्या पहिल्या पानाच्या पाठीमागे किंवा लास्ट पेज वरती हे व्हॅल्यू लिहून घ्या. गॅमा डब्ल्यू इज इक्वल टू 9810 न्यूटन पर मीटर क्यूब. Has everyone written these values? See here, गॅमा डब्ल्यू ची जी व्हॅल्यू आहे 1000 ती SI सिस्टीम मध्ये आहे. त्यानंतर जी ची व्हॅल्यू 9.81 हे पण SI सिस्टीम मध्ये आहे. त्यामुळं वेट डेन्सिटी जो आहे त्याचे पण युनिट आपल्याला काय लिहायला पाहिजे, SI सिस्टीम, दॅट इज न्यूटन पर मीटर क्यूब. राईट. सो वी आर गोइंग टू मूव अहेड टू अंडरस्टँड the next property, that is specific volume. Okay, so before going to that third property, I think 10 minutes are remain there. It will be good to take your attendance first, then we will see that property. Okay, so I will make this recording off till I take your presentation.